Hi everyone, it's BDevine again. I know, I'm here almost every day. But today I had started making this video, so now I'm determined to finish this video as I was talking about understanding or using discernment, how to know, okay, when someone who you're following or a guide or a teacher or spiritual guru, whatever it is, how do you know when they are true, when they're really getting the information? How do we discern? Because we understand that there has been a false energy, okay, that has been surrounding spirituality for some time now. And so although people are thinking that they're getting all the right information, etc., without the proper protocols in place, they were probably getting a lot of regurgitated information. And you can tell one of the biggest tells, okay, is empowerment. Because if you are not being given the opportunity to awaken yourself, okay, and to understand that part of your life purpose, one of the biggest parts of your life purpose is to have mastery. If this is not given back to you, okay, then it's not correct, because this is always what should be given back to you, ways in which you are growing through your own awakening. So some of the things I've written down here are about memory transmissions and mimic channeling. Okay, how do we tell? Because some things sound pretty good, right? So the real ones, okay, let me go with the fake ones first. A mimic channeling or false channeling comes from external astral impersonators, recycled collective thought forms, or old New Age scripts. It feels borrowed, it feels forced. You can sense a disconnect between their words and their energy. Okay? I see this with Bashar. And I'm just going to have to be clear about it. There's something off completely there for me. There's a few people that are in, big names or whatever, and it's nothing to do with their personality or them personally. I feel and know the energy. And the outward doesn't match what's coming through, right, as well. There's a disconnect between the words and the energy. That's just one, for example. When it is a memory transmission, okay, this is something that you already know. It comes from your own eternal record, your scrolls, your built-in architecture. You aren't receiving as much as you're remembering what was always yours. And the information will land to you like, I knew this. Like, oh my God, this feels right. Like, I feel this. I knew this. I felt this already, right? This is where you can tell. A memory transmission energy signature feels solid, grounded, strong, embodied, powerful. The body feels warm, the chest expands, your flame rises. There is zero distortion, right? Clarity hits instantly. You get it. A mimic channeling, it feels floaty, sugary, disassociated. You feel spaced out, tired, or subtly drained. There's no actual information, activation. It's just a story. And then you feel like you're in a simulation or something, right? The delivery style is also something that is important, because the memory transmission, the voice stays the same. It feels fuller though, feels more ancient, feels direct, to the point. There's no theatrics, there's no accents, there's no possession style energy. Like, people have changed their voice and everything. It's just, what are you doing? They're the ones that make people who say, oh, I can do channeling. Well, you're just going to get people turning away from it. I know, because I used to do the same thing. But it sounds like a deeper version of you, not someone else. So there's no strange clicking noises. There's no high-pitchedness. There's no... Sometimes I will say that, for example, Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel, does tend to come in with faster energy. right? So it does seem excitable, right? There's this excitable energy. Raphael, for example, the energy of Archangel Raphael is hilarious, okay? He's so silly to the point where, he's making gestures. So he'll do funny physical comedy, right, to make me laugh while I'm trying to talk with somebody. Maybe I'm doing a healing consultation and he's coming in and he's doing all these yoga poses behind the person. And I'm like trying to, keep it together while I'm talking to the person because he's showing me yoga or he's showing me like, and I'm like, okay, we're running now. Does this person need to run? Like, how can you not laugh, right? So my kids are like that. They all do this physical comedy. So maybe that's how he comes through. So I have noticed that, but I've never noticed something with strange scoffing, clearing the throat noises and, weird stuff, right? So when it's mimic, there is a dramatic shift in tone, not just a little bit, an accent, a posture, a facial expression. The performer becomes a character, right? Looks like a trance. It's just astral puppetry. Okay. Information quality. All right. So the memory transmission, it delivers new codes, new language, new architecture. Doesn't sound like an existing religion or new age trend. No. The message produces instant rearrangement to you, the listener. Absolutely. Right? Mimic channeling repeats the same phrases. Right? The council of. We're pleased to connect. The 5D shift is coming. You're loved. Right? Even though they always actually do tell you that, you are loved and supported, there's usually a more direct message to it. This is what was so important about the book for me, right? Was channeling these messages. So the effect on you. When something is a real transmission, it activates remembrance, it breaks illusions, it clears fields, it strengthens sovereignty, it creates long-term change. The mimic channeling provides comfort, creates dependency, produces temporary highs and spiritual numbness, prolongs confusion instead of dissolving it. Okay? Okay. Ownership and authority. The memory transmission, when it's coming at you correctly, the speaker claims full responsibility for their words. They know what they're saying. Their body becomes the instrument of truth. You can just tell, right? You're becoming even more powerful with that as you keep on listening, as you're going forward, as you're opening up your origin flame wider and wider and wider. The need for nonsense or fluff or whatever leaves. You become more direct. You become more commanding of your energy, and to the point, the worry battle begins to fade. This is empowerment, okay? The mimic channeling will say stuff like, I'm just the messenger, or, they told me this, or whatever. And you have to understand that you need to have accountability. So you're doing the channeling, okay? You're receiving the information. So you've got to have accountability for what information you're actually giving out there. If I'm not sure about something, I don't say it. It's as simple as that, until I've made sure, as well. So the after effect that also takes place, the memory transmission, you feel more yourself afterwards. Your flame becomes louder. You walk away stronger. Okay, nothing about this flame work makes you weak in any way. It just increases you 1,000-fold. You continue to get stronger and stronger. You continue to use discernment. Your intuition grows. You have an absolute energy about you where you're not going to be hoodwinked by anything. You will make your own mind up. You will decide what's right for you and what isn't, and who is and who isn't. And when you're in fear of that and you are holding on to something that you already know, you haven't stepped fully into your flame yet. That's okay. Some people are going to do this later. So your mimic channeling will show you floating, confused, dependent on a channeler, like you lost a piece of yourself. Your intuition dulls instead of sharpens. So the core difference is the memory transmission is you channel yourself, your future self, your past self. You're all connecting to aspects of yourself. Your eternal memory through the flame. The guardians, the angels, they take on a completely different role, right? But you start to awaken within you, and all of your memories and all of your knowledge and all of your mysticism awaken with you. Therefore, it comes right out. Have you noticed? I can't stop. I've got to make a video when I've got to make a video. It's pretty much every day, okay? The mimic channeling, you allow an external entity to impress itself into your field. Again, another no-no. And this is something that I taught with my channeling, is you never let an entity step into your body. Never let it come right in there. Ever. So that's the difference with a trance channeler, is that they will allow an entity to consume their body. It's so dangerous, right? In so many ways. So one way of doing things is going to awaken your power, your sovereignty. The other one is going to weaken it. So there you go. So when we do this work, okay, when we are connecting with this and our flame of discernment, okay, maybe some of the things or the practices that you used to do will also change for you, right? I knew that I had to stop the tarot readings. Not because, as I've explained before, not because there's anything wrong per se with tarot readings, right? Or doing it that way. But I knew that if I was going to step into something that was memory, right? If I was stepping into something that is awakening, if I was stepping into my truth, then I did not need tools to share about it. You see? That's the difference with me. It's not that I hate tarot cards now and all tarot card readers are idiots or something like this, because I have a course out there. I have tarot cards all the way around me, right? I honor their place in my life, but I no longer need them to be able to read anything. It's there. It's already there. Now, people are going to eventually be the same sort of thing, where they'll just move away from the tools, understanding that they've already got those tools within. And I get that that takes a lot of trust. That's something that's very, very easy for me. It's something that was not very easy to teach though, because someone either has it or they just continue to doubt. That's tricky. Once you claim the responsibility for what you're giving, right? And I wanted to be responsible for everything that I was doing and giving for you all. I had to understand first that this is not something that I reach for outside of myself to show me the symbols and signs. Instead, I ask for the symbols and signs and reveal those. You see, this is revealing. Before it was a little bit of catering. Sometimes on my Facebook page, there'll be a on this day and there'll be an old message or whatever. And the same people are there with the same sort of a amen, or I knew it, or 11:11 on the clock or whatever. And I'm like, as much as I appreciate people watching it or whatever they're doing, or I'm giving the guidance, whatever, right? It does create them wanting for more. And I don't want that to happen, right? Because that's not the way that I'm going, right? So all I can do is continue to try to explain to you that your flame energy, your origin spark, okay, the connection with the source of all that is, okay, the ancient self, the future self, the dimensional self, the extraterrestrial self that you are, is all still there. And you're punching codes in to release this information through you. If you use cards, like sometimes we do sit and we, pull out some cards or whatever, we're doing it as the way that I think of it is a doorway. That we have to go from one thing to another, and we have to start to transition through the doorway. Again, in order for me to do a read or a transmission on somebody or something that they're connected with, or something about their life, I can't rely on tools. I have to rely on knowledge, right? I have to rely on the right thing coming forward, you see. So when you step into your new role, okay, even the way that you receive, okay, is different. Because instead of receiving from outside of yourself, the angels, the guides, your loved ones, your ancestors, and continuing that sort of thing, you begin to acknowledge that you already are activated within you. Yes, I know it takes a little bit of trust to say, but what if I get it wrong? You're not getting it wrong when it's coming from the right place, okay? If it's coming through fear, if it's coming through hidden means, or if it's coming through, I don't know, negative forces or something, then it will always be wrong, right? But it's coming from the right place. It's coming from a place of intention, of love, and of honoring the message that you're receiving. It's always correct. So when we're looking at all of these different things, and I know there are many different people out there. My friend was saying that now she continues to get dragon videos that come up next to mine and all this, and it's probably just because the algorithm and the 7 dragons and all of that. But it could also just be that there are some hidden channels that are out here on YouTube that are finally being seen, right? Maybe that will also happen here with this work too. But when you channel with an inner energy, with your eternal memory, you channel through the flame, okay? Then it burns away any illusions anyway. When you're channeling externally or allowing entities to impress themselves, oh God, into your field, it's never going to work. It's never going to give you that message of your own empowerment either. It's going to keep you wanting more of the same. So I just wanted to make a short video today on the mimic channeling and the correct channeling, but it's more about transmissions and channeling, and it's more about understanding your own records and understanding that you've got this energy within you. And as you start to grow and listen, things are going to start to shift into your sphere that you cannot ignore. And when that happens, it's going to have that ripple effect. People are going to be like, well, what are you doing? What's different about you? And you're just going to be like, well, I know who I am. You know, there are plenty of people who say to me, I don't even know who I am. I don't know who I am. I've been a role for how long now? I don't know who I am. This allows you to find out who you are. And there are many people who are worried about negative attachments and entities and curses and spells and hexes and SSPs and all of these things, and hijacking different programs, different cults, all that sort of stuff. Okay, this work allows you to command energy, right, and take your power back instead of the mimic run fearful programs, right, that attack people that are giving you the truth, by the way. Okay, but they can hold no power where they do not get acknowledged. So just be careful about that as well. Make sure that you understand that whatever you are acknowledged, you are bringing to life. If you acknowledge entities and yourself as being cursed, you are bringing it to life. And ask yourself, is that what I really want? If you don't want that, then Stop talking about it. It's as simple as that. When you command energy, it is done. When you set the right intention, you say things in the right way, it's done. There is no what ifs. There is no but, no. You have to understand that even a dark negative vibration knows who you are. It will play on you if you don't know who you are. They know you are more powerful as a flame sovereign being. They know that whatever you say generates instantly, right? This is something that they can't copy, all right? So if you are saying that you no longer are willing or open to any of that old vibration that you may have given permission for in the past, right? That you are shutting it down immediately, and that you're putting your dragons and your guardians on the energy in the astral fields and removing these false promises, etc. Then once you do that, once you make your declaration, you're done. So don't draw yourself back into something that you don't want. It's the same with anything in your life. The more that you think about it, the more that you bring it about. Understand that because you are an architect, you are designing. You're designing your future. Okay, you designed your past, now you're designing your future. You don't want it to be in the same way, change it. Okay, so there's going to be more where this came from, and I hope that you were helped here, and happy to read your comments as well. I'm about to go shift some wood, so I better go do that while the sun is out, and I will see you real soon. Okay, many blessings. Bye for now.